Alright, and hey, welcome back. We're training. I guess. Well, come on in and let's have a look at you, Sven, the trainer says. After a quick assessment, he says, yep, looks like you could stand to learn a few things. I've got 5 challenges for you. If you can finish them all before we get to Arborang, well, I'll let everyone know you've impressed me. Ha! Sven's laughter is full of phlegm. Let's start with a few of the basics. You think about what he's saying. You feel up to the challenge? I guess. Then we begin, he barks. Oh boy. What's the shield wall? Position your... oh. Uh-huh. Okay. We did one. We're gonna try to get this one. Did that. Now I just gotta kill it in puncture. Punk. We did it. That was easy. That's challenge 1 though. We can get renowned from training. Oh. That's something we didn't do in the last game. That would make it easier. Let's go talk to Ivan. You watch for a moment as Ivan, Juno's apprentice and the mender found nearly dead at Ridgehorn, moves his staff in a complex pattern, repairing some armor. Not a bad festival trick, right? I've seen worse. And I've seen better, like yours back in Bower's Guard with stopping Belor. Sure, let's be positive. Indeed, and everyone knows how much it cost you. No one expects you to get over it anytime soon. Are you about to tell me it was for the greater good? And risk you using an axe on me? No thanks. Ivan gives you a brief smile. I'm just letting you know we're not blind to your pain. Those who haven't lost something probably will before all this is over. Thanks. I realize it provides little solace, but we're fighting for more time so that all wounds can mend. He sees your face and realizes enough has been said. He picks up the armor. I better check on the fighter who was wearing this. Doggo, you can't come in right now. Here we go. Let's go. Oh boy. You look at all the food freshly packed in the supply carts. What's all this about? You ask Godleaf. The clansmen are trying to help as much as possible now, she says. Whenever they can, they'll forage for nuts and berries, or fish and hunt. She hands you a piece of fruit. They may not know how to fight, but they can keep us alive by keeping us fed. Well, that's good. There's a town. A cry begins to cheer from one of the longships as a man struggles with his fishing net. As his cast nears the surface, some voice concerned. You're close enough to make out a large shape of what looks like fur or hair in the net. Shoot it. Hero finds its mark just before the net breaks in the water. Those around you applaud your quick thinking. Whatever's in that net won't have much of a fight left in it, says a man beside you. Bear cub, shouts the man with the net. Long dead. What's it mean? Superstitions blow across the ships like a gale. Talk of plagues and famine make your eyes go wide. You notice Bulwark at the bow of the ship, staring at the cub and brooding more than usual. That doesn't seem good. Shouts from one of the rear longships grab everyone's attention. The quick construction is proving faulty and the ship is taking on water fast. With dredge on the bank and all of the ships almost at capacity, you consider your options. Ooh. If we bank, we have to fight. We'll have them board our ships. Several ships pull alongside the foundering vessel and start hauling others to safety. The rescue longships groan and dip with the new strain but stay afloat. A mother kisses the head of her son and makes a gesture of thanks to you. We can repair it once we get to town. It's fine. Maybe. Hopefully. Time on the cramped longships is proving too much for the children. They're climbing ropes, interrupting rowers, and constantly leaning over the side to touch the water. Some Varl and clansmen look annoyed. This one, I guess? It'll keep the families together. You order the longships alongside each other before revealing your plan. Some are shocked and reluctantly follow, while others agree to your decision. The rearrangement takes more time than expected, but the vessels are soon moving again, with children only climbing over those with children of their own. Smoke from the village catches everyone's attention and the longships begin to slow. I doubt these scraps of wood we're floating on can hold many more, Ivor says. You feel the governor's gaze on you and he slowly shakes his head. You want me to turn my back on them? It's not that, Ivor says. It's just that if you try too much, sometimes you're worse off than not trying at all. Well, we're helping as many as we can. When the ships land, you and a few others rush towards the smoke, but the closer you get, the stranger the situation. There's no sounds of battle or people panicking to put out fires. Keep going, Bulwark says. We'll see what the dead are carrying. Varl's comment defies tradition, but so do many things about him. Push on. A barn is the only thing burning. No one is around. Unusual, Oddleaf says. Some kind of trick? We might as well look for supplies. The villagers stripped of anything useful. Those around you are frustrated by the wasted effort. After a slow trudge back to the others, Rugga stands aboard the ship, shaking his head. Some thieving bandits ambushed us and took off in a supply ship while you were on your do-good mission, he says. We're even more crowded now. Glad you're at the helm. Shut up, Rugga. Oh hey, godstone. Yeah. A large clump of hazelnut trees looks like a good place for clansmen to stretch their legs and gather supplies. Once on land, the children laugh while kicking around leather-wrapped balls of rags. You notice Varl on the edge of the clearing silently staring into the woods. He's watching a lone dredge grunt stalk a squirrel. Might be 100 of them in these woods, the Varl's whisper, still loud enough to scare the squirrel and alert the grunt. It looks up at you and the Varl before slowly backing up. Kill it before it gets the others. Your arrow wedges in between two plates of stone armor and the dredge cries out in a strange warble. It runs, eluding your second shot before disappearing into the trees. The Varl, who made no move to chase the dredge, says, "We'd better get everyone to stop looking for food and head back to the boats." He sounds vaguely irritated. Everyone watches the shoreline in silence, but no sign of dredge force is spotted. Some complain about running from a single dredge, but most just stay quiet and vigilant. You is probably going to be one of them nice dredge, right? Do we have a dredge baby with us? Ooh. I just remembered that. Or did that die? I don't remember.
Carved rock On a vacant island, Asulai's godstone almost looks lonely.
Okay. Hey, it's all the people again. She's even more beautiful than the songs say. What, the statue? Oh, you have to click on it now. The clansmen and Varla are admiring the godstone when he notices some are missing. It's Bulwark and his ravens, Alea says. They looked rather upset by my music and all the singing. He shrugs. If they'd rather hang around that large cart instead of joining us, I won't take it personally, but come closer. Let me introduce you to Asalea, the god of streaming waters. She's the curves of every river, a guide for those of us traveling in unfamiliar lands. The skald runs a finger over small etchings in the stone. Inscriptions from all those who were lost but found a way back home with our help. Anyways, I'll listen to more. Some say her stone shows the struggle of leaving the familiar to see what's over the next hill. Alea looks at the ropes tied around parts of her and smiles. Before the gods died, her stone supposedly stood tall and moved a few steps each year, so people are always trying to make sure she stays put. Alea looks at you, grinning. Have you the strength to hold her, or a gift with which to entice her? Sure. You have your hands around one of the larger ropes and begin to pull. It feels pointless as expected, and Asla's godstone does not budge. Suddenly you're joined by Hakon and Ivor, who lend their great strength. Others quickly join until the rope snaps and everyone sprawls into a laughing heap. There we go. You return to where the clansmen have set up camp and see someone. A woman in torn robes slip it from your tent. She blends in with other families, and after making sure nothing is amiss in your tent, you let it go. Yeah, I don't trust it. Asalai right now. I don't like that. Let's take the Hakon first. The two of all look deep in conversation, but Ivor catches your eye and waves you over. So they've all armed themselves and are running from something, but what? Hakon's becoming a dread scholar, trying to understand the motivations of our enemy. It's just strange that we've never seen their women fight until recently. Good thing, too. We might have lost the Great Wars. You think about what to say. Has anyone ever talked to a dredge? Both Varl look at each other. There are rumors that some have tried and been killed in the process. We probably could have done that. Oof. A lot of nonsense. Scald tales about the sound of a judge's voice making your skin fall off. So there's been no communication with the enemy. Is that normal? We're too busy killing to worry about a fireside chat. Besides, they only ever make warbling sounds. I guess if anyone has talked to them, it'd be the Valka, but good luck getting them to give you a straight answer. What happened back then? A great deal of killing on both sides. Imagine waking up to dredge attacks every night. Back then the sun actually set. You'd wake up to this sound and see nothing but glowing eyes around you. Yingvar probably told you we never got close to pushing them back to the depths they call home. Actually, Ivor has never said much about the past. Oh? Ivor says nothing, just holds Hakon's stare. Well, he's probably got more stories than you can hear in your short lifetime. Juno says that darkness is coming. But what Valkas say and mean aren't always the same. They speak in riddles and prophecy. Still, it might explain why the dredge are everywhere. It's like someone kicked an anthill. Maybe whatever's coming hit them first. Or maybe it's just a new tactic for a new war. If they've learned to crack the ground and call a giant serpent, then we're all dead and just don't know it yet. I will leave you to them. You should know that clansmen have been talking about us killing women and children, dredge or not. It's not sitting well with everyone, which is probably the way it should be. I say if it's us or them, we make sure we're still standing. Hakon's words weigh on you, but there's nothing more to say. Yeah... Well, come on in, let's have a look at you, Sven, the trainer says. Teaching fighting to the young, Sven muses. They won't go back to hunting and foraging for food, you know. Sure you want to go through with this? Oh, we have 0 fighters. Then let's get done. How many you want fighting for you? 100 should do fine. We've got enough food and water to last a day and a half. That's what it'll take. Alright. Oh boy. Let's get morale back up. There we go. I suppose we can upgrade one person. Let's see. Mogir? No. Who would be a good candidate? Ivan has to kill more people. I want to level up to someone to level 6, but I don't want it to be Mogir. Because you probably want to use a lot, but I'll probably mostly rely on Bercy and Ivor. I don't know. Let's go. Back into the river. Where are we on the map? Probably not very far down, but you know. A desperate looking lot of adults and Varl stand on the shoreline, waving you down. You probably look similar going anywhere with Ivor. They look hungry, but can they be trusted? Slow the boats. The basics, the Varl says. Food, safety, trade routes are empty. Of the 24 humans, half look like they've seen battle. Yeah, come aboard. Everyone carefully files onto a couple of the less burdened ships and starts eating. Klep, the Varl says, which you take as his name and appreciation. Look at that! We got a Varl. A cool breeze across the water works its way into your cloak. You shift to block the wind and feel something press into your hip. You feel around and find an item in your pack, but do not remember obtaining it. It was the lady. Wait, what? Did we just get visited by a dead god? Or was that some follower watching carefully? The sheer cliffs and boulder-strewn waters of the southern bank dictate the longship's course. The droning sounds of dredge accent their quicker pace as they follow your ships along the northern bank. Dust and mist make it hard to see ahead. A hissing, rumbling noise grows all around. Waterfall shuts the sharp-eyed Nid from the bow of a longship. Oars instantly reverse and you nearly lose your balance. Ooh, cutscene. Oh, waterfall. Big waterfall. Go to the southern bank. Or any bank. Can you stop? Stop, please. Stop. 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 There we go. The roar of the approaching waterfall clouds your thoughts. Though you overloaded the ships with clansmen you picked, the archer's keen sight and warning provide some time to react. Only 2 ships fall to the... Though the screams of families, fighters, and Varl are difficult to move. Ooh. The remaining ships' rowers pull hard, heading for the dredge-lined northern bank. In their haste, the vessels smash against the sharp split rocks as they push towards the shore. Some fighters are thrown from their boats, sinking in mud. The longships are too spread out to command a unified landing. Amid the chaos, you look at those nearby. Gris, a stout Varl warrior, and a few others like him ready to rush the dredge. Bulwark and his company are close to you, hauling their sealed cart off the ship. You consider your options. Don't ask Bulwark. Gris or Oddleaf? We'll make an opening in their ranks and rush. Without questioning your authority, the stout Varl grunts in agreement. 5 other Varl join him and push forward into the dredge onslaught while you ready your attack. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. There you go. And that's where we're going to end it for today. See you guys next time.